Hey everyone, today we're diving into a terrifying horror story that proves one thing: fear itself can be the deadliest monster. This is IT 2017, so buckle up and get ready for some serious chills. The story begins with Bill, who is making a small paper boat for his little brother Georgie. Georgie is really happy and hugs his brother tightly. It's raining outside, and Georgie takes the paper boat to the street, letting it float along the rainwater. But suddenly the boat gets washed away and disappears into a storm drain. Trying to get his boat back, Georgie bends down and looks inside the sewer, and that's when he sees a clown. The clown starts smiling and laughing and introduces himself, saying, "I'm Pennywise the dancing clown. I can give your boat back. Just reach your hand forward." Hearing this, Georgie feels excited and trusts the clown. But the moment he reaches out, Pennywise grabs him and bites off his arm. Georgie screams in pain, tries to crawl away desperately, but Pennywise drags him into the sewer and kills him. A few months later, we see Bill hanging out with his friends Richie, Stanley, and Eddie, making plans to enjoy their summer vacation. Bill strongly believes that Georgie is not dead and thinks his brother is lost somewhere in the woods. So he decides to use the summer break to search for Georgie with his friends. Around this time, we learn that children have been going missing in the town for months, and the police still have no clue who's behind it. One day, a bully named Henry tries to pick a fight with Bill and his friends, since they usually avoid fighting. But as soon as Henry notices a police officer nearby, he backs off and walks away. Next, we see a girl named Beverly inside the school bathroom. A group of girls are bullying her and even dump trash all over her. Beverly feels humiliated and hurt. After school, she runs into Ben, a new kid who recently moved to town. Beverly talks to him kindly and even signs his notebook. Ben feels really happy and slowly starts developing feelings for her. After that, we meet Mike, who works at a meat shop with his uncle. When his uncle asks him to kill a sheep, Mike freezes. He just can't do it. This makes his uncle extremely angry. Meanwhile, Bill tells his father that he has drawn a small map of the town's sewer system to help find Georgie, but his dad gently tells him that Georgie is gone and that Bill needs to accept the truth. Later, while delivering meat to a house, Mike suddenly hears screaming from inside. In the next moment, the house appears to burst into flames, and burning hands try to reach out from the windows. Mike is completely terrified, but then we realize this was all an illusion. It's Pennywise again, using fear to torture Mike. Soon after, Henry and his friends show up and tell Mike to stay out of their town, attacking him with racist insults because Mike is black. In the next scene, we see Stanley. When he goes into an office to return a book, he notices a creepy painting on the wall. Suddenly, the terrifying woman from the painting comes to life and steps right in front of him. Stanley panics and runs away in fear. Finally, we see Ben sitting in the library, reading about the town's history. That's when he discovers a disturbing truth. Every 27 years, a major disaster strikes the town, and in almost every case, children are the main victims. And that's when it becomes clear something evil has been haunting this town for a very long time. Ben is shaken after learning the truth. He quickly closes the book, but suddenly he notices something strange: a red balloon floating nearby. Curious and uneasy, Ben follows the balloon all the way down into the library basement, and there, he sees something horrifying: a headless body slowly moving toward him. Terrified, Ben panics and manages to escape. That's when it becomes clear the one terrorizing the children is none other than Pennywise, the clown from the sewers. As Ben comes out of the library, he runs into Henry and his friends. They start bullying him again. Henry pulls out a knife and tries to carve his name into Ben's skin. Ben fights back, pushes Henry away, and runs for his life. But while escaping, he falls into the nearby woods. Henry and his gang chase after him, but inside the forest, they get separated. While searching for Ben, Henry's friend Patrick reaches an old pipeline. He hears strange noises coming from inside. Trying to be brave, Patrick lights a fire and crawls into the pipeline. Inside, he finds something horrifying: dead bodies of missing children. He freezes in fear, and suddenly Pennywise appears. The clown attacks Patrick and kills him, feeding on his fear. Meanwhile, we see Bill and his friends searching the sewer pipeline for Georgie. Inside the sewer, Bill finds the shoe of a girl who went missing just days ago. This convinces him to go even deeper and investigate further, but Stanley and Eddie refuse. They're too scared and don't want to risk their lives. At the same time, Ben, injured and exhausted, runs into Bill and his friends. Seeing Ben's condition, Bill decides to help him. They go to a nearby shop to buy first aid supplies, but they don't have enough money. So they ask Beverly, who works at the shop, for help. Beverly cleverly distracts the shopkeeper, and using that moment, Bill and his friends manage to leave with the supplies. Later, while they're bandaging Ben's wounds, Beverly shows up again. The moment Bill sees her, he starts falling for her. Bill tells Beverly that he and his friends are going to swim at the quarry the next day and invites her to join them. Beverly doesn't respond and quietly walks away. When Beverly reaches home, her stepfather begins complimenting her hair in a disturbing way and starts harassing her. Disgusted and frightened, Beverly locks herself in the bathroom and cuts off her hair so he can never use it as an excuse again. The next morning, Bill and his friends reach the quarry to go swimming. The jump is extremely high, and everyone is scared to leap into the water. Just then, Beverly arrives, and without hesitation, she she jumps straight in. Inspired by her courage, the others follow. They swim, laugh, and enjoy the moment, feeling free for the first time in a long while. After swimming, while sitting near the water, they go through Ben's notes. They learn that every 27 years, a massive disaster strikes their town. Thousands die, and most of the victims are children. Later, they all go to Ben's house. Inside his room, they see charts covering the walls, detailing every major tragedy in the town's history. Ben explains that all these events are connected to a mysterious place called the Neibolt House, but he still doesn't know where exactly the house is located. At this point, Eddie starts feeling overwhelmed and scared. He says goodbye to his friends and heads back home alone. On the way, Eddie notices a creepy old house. Panicking, he drops his medicine on the road. As he bends down to pick it up, a terrifying man appears in front of him, looking like he's infected with a deadly disease. Eddie is completely horrified. Without looking back, he runs for his life. That terrifying man suddenly starts chasing Eddie, and right before his eyes, he transforms into Pennywise, the sewer clown. Eddie is frozen in fear, but somehow, he manages to escape and run for his life. In the next scene, we see Beverly. She finds a letter inside her bag. Inside is a sweet poem written just for her. Beverly really likes it, but she has no idea who wrote it. As she's thinking about the poem, she suddenly hears children's voices coming from the bathroom pipes. They call out to her, telling her that if she comes closer, she'll float. Beverly is completely shocked. She pushes a measuring tape into the drain and pulls it back out, and wrapped around it are her own cut hair, soaked in blood. Suddenly, the hair comes alive, grabbing Beverly and pulling her toward the drain. In the next moment, a massive wave of blood bursts out of the pipes, covering the entire bathroom. The room turns completely red. Beverly screams in terror, but when her father rushes in after hearing her screams, he sees nothing. No blood, no mess. He calls Beverly crazy and walks away. Later that night, we see Bill alone in his room. He notices Georgie walking toward the basement. Shocked, Bill follows him downstairs. Georgie tells Bill to come with him and says that if he does, he'll float too. Seeing his little brother after so many years, Bill is completely stunned. But suddenly, Georgie transforms into Pennywise and moves toward Bill to kill him. Bill barely escapes, running for his life. The next morning, Beverly invites Bill and the others to her house and shows them the blood in her bathroom. This time, they can all see it. They help Beverly clean the room. But during this, Ben notices that Beverly is attracted to Bill. This breaks his heart because Ben is the one who wrote the poem. After cleaning the room, as they're leaving, they spot Henry's car parked nearby. They also see Mike's bicycle lying on the road. They immediately realize that Henry and his friends must be harassing Mike, so they rush out to help him. We then see Mike being brutally tortured by Henry and his gang. At the same time, Mike sees Pennywise hiding in the bushes, waving a severed child's arm and calling him closer. Just then, Bill and the others arrive. They start throwing stones at Henry and his friends, forcing them to run away. Mike is finally saved. Mike now joins Bill's losers group. He tells them that just like the others, he too has seen Pennywise, trying to lure him in. Ben then connects the dots. He explains that every major disaster that happens every 27 years is caused by Pennywise. That's why the clown appears to them, taking the form of what each of them fears the most. After this, everyone goes to Bill's house. Inside the garage, Bill uses a projector to show them a map of the town's sewer system. They realize that all major tragedies happened near sewer lines, and every sewer in town leads to the same place, an abandoned Neibolt house. That means Pennywise lives there, using the sewers to move around the town and carry out his killings. Hearing all this, Eddie completely panics. He says they shouldn't get involved, they're just kids. But suddenly, the projector turns on by itself. Pennywise appears on the screen, and in the next moment, he steps out of the projection, attacking them. Everyone is terrified, but as soon as the garage door opens and sunlight floods the room, Pennywise disappears. And the kids realize one thing for sure: this nightmare is far from over. After everything they've seen, Bill tells his friends that he's going to the Neibolt house to find his little brother Georgie, but no one agrees to go with him. They're all terrified of Pennywise. So Bill decides to go alone. When Bill reaches the Neibolt house, his friends suddenly show up. They refuse to let him face this nightmare by himself. Still, only Bill, Richie, and Eddie enter the house. The others stay outside, too scared to go in, and decide to wait for them. Inside the house, Richie finds something horrifying, a missing poster with his own face on it. He completely panics. Bill calms him down and explains that it's just an illusion, created by Pennywise to scare him. As they move deeper inside, each of them begins seeing their worst fears. Bill sees Georgie crying and asking for help. Richie sees clowns everywhere, closing in on him, and Eddie sees the terrifying woman from the painting. Eddie panics, falls, and breaks his arm. At that moment, Pennywise emerges from an old refrigerator, slowly moving toward Eddie to kill him. But just in time, Bill and Richie rush in. Pennywise turns his attention toward them instead. Suddenly, Beverly and the others arrive. Beverly grabs a metal rod and stabs Pennywise straight through the head, but it doesn't kill him. Instead, Pennywise attacks Ben, badly injuring him. Now that the entire group is together, their fear begins to fade, and as their fear weakens, Pennywise starts losing his power, because Pennywise feeds on fear. Realizing this, Pennywise retreats. Bill chases after him and discovers the truth. Pennywise lives inside an old well hidden inside the house. Everyone exits the Neighbolt house. Soon after, Eddie's mom arrives, takes Eddie away, and angrily blames the kids for his broken arm. After Eddie leaves, Bill tells the group that he has seen the well where Pennywise hides. He says that the next time they return, they must go straight into that well, but this time, no one wants to go back. When Richie finally says the truth, that Georgie is dead, Bill loses control and punches Richie, knocking him down. The group breaks apart and everyone goes home. In the next scene, we see Henry outside his house with his friends, trying to shoot a cat with a gun. Suddenly, Henry's father arrives and takes the gun away. His father is a police officer, and he's furious with Henry. In anger, he fires shots near Henry's feet, terrifying him. After his father leaves, Henry finds a red balloon tied to a box. Inside the box is his favorite knife. Henry takes it inside the house and sees his father asleep. At that moment, Pennywise appears on the TV, whispering into Henry's mind, turning him against his own father. Under Pennywise's influence, Henry kills his dad. Next, we see Beverly's father, who finds the letter Ben wrote for her. Enraged, he tries to harass Beverly, but Beverly fights back, kicks him away, and locks herself in the bathroom. Her father breaks the door down, but before he can hurt her, Beverly strikes him with a toilet tank lid, knocking him unconscious. Just then, Pennywise appears. He grabs Beverly and takes her away, and with that, the nightmare reaches its darkest point. When Bill reaches Beverly's house, the moment he sees the place, he understands the truth. Pennywise has taken Beverly. Without wasting a second, Bill gathers his friends, and they head straight toward the Neighbolt house to save her. On the way, Henry sees them heading toward the house, and it's revealed that Henry has already killed his two friends. Inside the Neighbolt house, Bill and the others begin climbing down into the well, one by one using a rope. They're sure that Pennywise is hiding Beverly somewhere down in the sewers. Just as Mike is about to climb down, Henry shows up and attacks him, trying to shoot him. Mike fights back and manages to push Henry into the well. Then Mike follows the others. Meanwhile, Beverly wakes up in a dark, horrifying place. In front of her is a massive pile of trash, surrounded by floating dead bodies of children. Beverly is terrified. Nearby, she notices a box with the words "Pennywise the Dancing Clown" written on it. The box suddenly opens, and Pennywise steps out, performing his creepy dance. When the dance ends, Pennywise grabs Beverly by the throat. But something has changed. Beverly is no longer afraid. Because of that, Pennywise starts losing his power. Desperate, he opens his mouth wide and hypnotizes Beverly, causing her to float in the air along with the other bodies. Soon, Bill and the others reach the same place through the sewers. They manage to bring Beverly down, but she's unconscious. Trying to wake her, Ben kisses Beverly, and surprisingly, she wakes up. Everyone is relieved and happy. At that moment, Beverly realizes that Ben was the one who wrote the poem, but it's already clear. Her heart belongs to Bill. Now they all understand the truth. Pennywise becomes powerful through fear, and if they stop being afraid, they can defeat him together. Suddenly, Bill sees Georgie standing in front of him. Georgie speaks sweetly, trying to emotionally break Bill. For a moment, Bill almost gives in, but he realizes this is just another illusion. With tears in his eyes, Bill shoots Georgie. Instantly, Georgie transforms back into Pennywise, who attacks Bill and grabs him. Pennywise tells the others that if they let him eat Bill, he'll leave them alive and disappear for 27 years. But Bill's friends refuse. They stand together and attack Pennywise as one. Pennywise tries to scare them again, but it doesn't work. They're no longer afraid. As Beverly attacks Pennywise, he transforms into her stepfather to scare her. But Beverly doesn't flinch. With no fear left to feed on, Pennywise grows weaker and retreats into his lair, going back to sleep for another 27 years. After Pennywise disappears, Bill finds Georgie's raincoat among the trash and dead bodies. At last, Bill accepts the painful truth. His brother is gone. In the final scene, Bill and his friends sit together. Beverly tells them about a vision she had, where they were all grown up, back inside the sewers. Bill says that if Pennywise ever returns after 27 years, they'll face him together. They all go their separate ways. Bill and Beverly walk together. Beverly tells Bill that she's leaving town to live with her aunt. And with that, their childhood nightmare finally comes to an end. If you enjoyed this scary story, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. More horror, more thrills, and more movie stories are coming soon, so stay tuned.